I've spent over $10 million on this, and I'm going to show you all the secrets in this video. So if you've been thinking about running meta ads for your real estate business, meaning ads on Instagram or Facebook, well, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to set up, optimize, and run an effective campaign. I'm actually going to show you how to set up one ad that's been working super well for us lately, and I'm not going to leave any details out. So this is for beginners. It's from the beginning to the end. So watch this tutorial if you're serious about advertising, you want to spend some money, generate some leads, and hopefully some clients. I'm going to speak to the conversion process a little bit and how to make sure you're not just getting a bunch of leads, but you actually have some tools to convert them. Now, before I get into that, guys, I do have a free resource for you. It's called our 50 Hooks database. The reason I want to give this to you is because after teaching agents for years and years and years how to make better and better videos, one thing they always struggle with is the hooks. Now, these are hooks you can use for videos in your ads, in types of ads I'm going to show you how to use today, or videos just on social media. So here's 50 really solid hooks of how to start your videos to hook the audience in, kind of like I just did to you. So leave a comment down below, hooks, in the comment section, and we'll make sure to get you a free copy. Now, without further ado, let's get into the meta ads tutorial by going to facebook.com/ads manager. That's the first place you're going to go. Yes, it still lives on the Facebook domain. You can also go to business.facebook.com, and that'll get you to the same place. You just have to find your way to the ads manager. Okay. Now, before I actually show you the ads, I just want to show you what they look like in practice. So going over to Facebook, you guys have probably all seen this before, but this is a ad. This is advertising to me like a little golf tool, because I actually was looking at this the other day. And if I go to Instagram, I'm getting advertised for some men's clothing. So obviously they know a lot about you and each person, and they're going to try to advertise towards you based on your interests. So these are the types of ads I'm going to show you how to run today. So if you go back, the one thing you need to understand with setting up an ad is there's 3 levels to the ad itself. So there's the campaign, the ad set, and the ad. Now the campaign is more or less like your objective. What's your goal with the ad? The ad set is all the nitty-gritty details of targeting. So basically, how old are the people you want to target? Like, where do they live? Like, all this kind of different details about them. What are their interests? And I'll walk you through how to, refine your audience to the degree that you can in real estate. And then there's the ad, which is actually the photo, the copy, the creative, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to create a new campaign, you just hit this green create button here, and that's going to take you to like your campaign goal. Okay. So in this ad, what I'm going to show you is a lead gen ad. So this is a lead ad. So you're going to hit lead here. Now, these are the ads that collect your information directly on Facebook so that you don't actually need a landing page. So this is a big deal. Like, we spent years and years and years building landing pages for ourselves and our clients and all this kind of stuff. But when Facebook dropped this, it was a big deal because you no longer need a website to actually collect that information. You can do it right on Facebook and connect it to your CRM and send those leads directly into your CRM. So I'll show you how to do this. So hit leads, and then you're going to go next. So now it's going to get you into the actual ad builder. Default name will be new leads campaign. So the type of ad I want to show you today is actually a new construction ad. So this is something that's been working really well for us. Right now, we're doing mostly for our clients on the resale side is Google ads, and for new construction, Facebook, just because we've been finding those working better at this time. Sometimes things change, but what I would call this is like Austin new construction. We'll just pretend we're going to market to Austin, Texas. So that's your campaign name. Then you're going to go down, you're going to set a budget. So there's 2 types of budgets. You can set the budget at the campaign level, the objective level. That's what we're going to do here. And it'll evenly spend it throughout your ad sets. So you could have multiple ad sets. You could have like multiple areas within Austin that you're targeting. You could have Austin. You could have another big major city. Most of you aren't going to be doing that. But for the most of you, you're just going to set a campaign budget. And for a lot of you, you might start at like, let's say $20 a day. Generally speaking, with any of this stuff, I'd at least be doing $500 a month. That's like bare minimum. Generally, I'd go up to 1,000, get serious about it, build the sales systems on the back end, so you can actually convert these people into sales. The thing you need to understand with this, though, is it's a long game, right? Some of these people are going to be early in their process. They don't have an agent, which is good, but they may not be ready tomorrow. So you got to nurture them and have email systems and all that on the back end. So a special ad category, yes, we are going to choose housing. Unfortunately, in real estate, there's what we call a special ads category that is basically saying, it is a sensitive industry, and you're not allowed to restrict your ads to a certain demographic of people. Like, you can't really target that much on age or gender or race or those kind of things. Then you're going to hit next. That's really all there is for the campaign there. Let's say our Austin is our campaign and we want to do something in, let's say, Round Rock. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to select instant forms. So this is all automatically selected for me. And then you're going to choose the Facebook page that you want to use. So for us, we'll just use new construction homes. For you, you're going to select your personal Facebook page. You will have to accept the terms here if it asks you. Obviously, we've already done that. And then the goal is to maximize the number of leads. Generally speaking, I haven't found a huge difference in these, but like if you just choose the number of leads, at the end of the day, if you put your copy, if you make your copy in the correct way, you should be attracting the right type of people. So I would just leave that. You can turn on dynamic creative. It's probably not something that's going to be important for a lot of you, but it's just going to give you some different options down the road if you want to, say, test a bunch of different ideas and have more or less meta automate it. That's really what dynamic creative is about. It's basically creating combinations of your media and text. So generally, I think it's a good idea. If you want to have more control, don't turn that on. If you want to give them more flexibility to play with the assets you give them, that's kind of what that is doing. Now, I wouldn't set an end date. Generally speaking, you're working with daily budgets. So you're just saying, spend $20 a day until I pause you, essentially. But now down at the audience section is where we're going to actually define like who we want to target. So yes, you can build custom audience sections here. That's a whole different ballgame. When we're talking about retargeting, like a custom audience could be essentially people who visited your website. A lot of people love that stuff. I've made plenty of videos on it, but it's not going to be that relevant when we're trying to find new people. So in this ad, our goal is to find new people, right? So you can't actually change the age. So this is one big thing to note, is you can't change the age because it is a special ad category. You kind of just have to target everybody. Unfortunately, for buying a house, not the best thing because there's probably not a lot of 18-year-olds buying houses. But I say that sparingly because Meta does understand what your ad's about, and they still do show it to the right types of people. Even though they restrict you on this targeting, generally speaking, they know what the ad's about, and they know how to find people who are interested in housing, and generally that's going to skew a bit older. So yeah, obviously we're not going to target all of the United States. So what we are going to do is we're going to select Round Rock, Texas. And then the smallest radius we can do with special ad category is unfortunately 15 miles. So it is pretty big, but again, it still knows what the ad's about. I've found this to be actually super effective these days. If you asked me like 2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't have said this is a crapshoot. Like it just doesn't work as well as it's intended when they were going through all the restrictions and changes. But the algorithm's improved, and despite the age range being wide and the location being quite broad, it still is pretty good at actually finding people. So that's really it. If you're targeting Round Rock, just put in Round Rock. That's it. If you were targeting Austin, you put in Austin. If you were targeting somewhere down south like Kyle, just put in Kyle. It will still target some people around that area, but a lot of those people may be interested in buying in Kyle. You never know, or Round Rock. So Facebook has, Meta, I should say, has a lot of information on us, and they do use it. So this is a big one. This is all you're really going to do. I mean, you can do detailed targeting, but a lot of it is not really as effective with the special ad category. But you can, I say this sparingly, like you can go into interest targeting, and let's see what's here. I don't normally do like people who are interested in the construction industry. Like that's not super relevant. Like you could type in homes for sale. We don't get anything. Like real estate. The reason I'm not super bullish on this is like, look how many people it says is in the real estate industry here is like 700 million. Like it's not specific, right? You could do real estate development. Like, yes, we could select real estate development. It's absolutely massive. But it is still hinting that like, hey, we want to, get people who are interested in, expressed an interest in or like pages related to real estate development. So what that's basically saying is, when you set up like an Instagram page or a Facebook page and you select your like category, basically anyone who has liked any of those pages. So it's very, very broad, but it might distill a little people down, right? If someone follows like Lennar or one of the big developers, then they'll be in that bucket, but so will a lot of other people. So it can help a little bit. And there are ways where you can like narrow this audience. So this is a little more like complex targeting, but you could say, I want everyone who is interested in real estate development, plus everyone who's interested in like, I could pick something random like wine. Wine isn't even on there anymore. So it could be, let's see what else is in real estate. It could be something else like real estate investing. So it could be someone who's basically in both of those categories is what this is saying. When you hit narrow, what this means is like, they have to be first in this broad category of real estate development, but then they also have to be in real estate investing. So pay attention to what you see on the right here. Like it's saying your audience is quite narrow, honestly, because I still think this interest-based targeting is a bit of a crapshoot. So it's too broad. It's not telling us much. So honestly, I would just go without it. I'm just showing you that because I think it's interesting and it's a good way to like understand how meta ads actually work. But I don't think you need to do a lot of detailed targeting here. Honestly, the algorithms take care of most of it. Just these days, it's like keep it broad and the algorithm will more or less take care of most of it. So what is important though is placement. So you can obviously see here platforms. Delete Audience Network. You can definitely run the ads on Facebook and Instagram, but Audience Network is a group of websites that they partner with where they can run your ad on. I don't like doing that because they often end up on a bunch of crap websites and you're just kind of wasting money on them. I also don't like a lot of like search results. So I generally like to keep these in the feed. So I think most of the feeds are quite good. It's because the ad is like, you remember when we're looking at Facebook, like these are the ads in the feed is like they're front and center in your face. And that's kind of what you want when we're talking about an ad is you want it to be really front and center. And so I tend to lean to just putting ads mostly in the feeds and stories because that's really where people's attention is. I don't like in-stream ads in Reels. If you just drop these down, you'll see that you can see like Instagram profile Reels, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, all the different Reels. I think that's fine, but generally just feeds and Reels is what I would say. So I literally delete everything except for those. And then apps and sites, again, we already deselected that above, but that's basically like partner websites and whatnot. And that's really it. Keep your placements tight and your targeting broad is generally the advice I would give you today. And then we're going to go ahead and hit next. And this is more of the fun part where we get to actually build the ad. And so generally for the ad name, I would just put Round Rock again. And you'll also see Facebook page, Instagram account. You'd want to connect one. I obviously don't have one connected to New Construction Homes. You don't need one to run ads on Instagram, just so you know. It'll just show up as New Construction Homes or whatever you are. It'll just link if people do inquire about the page, and it'll just link you out to the Facebook page. So you don't actually need an Instagram account. It's better, obviously. Most of you are going to have them. So just connect your Instagram account and go from there. So generally speaking, you are going to select a single image or video. And then essentially from here, you're going to build your ad. So I'll just use like a stock photo that I've used in the past that I like. But generally what you want to do is find a nice home, because you want this ad to like really stand out to people, and nice homes are going to stand out to people, nice new homes, right? In our case, we're running like a new construction ad. So specifically for this, like people see new construction homes, they see a new construction home, and it just kind of all adds up. Then it's about the copy, right? So generally I just use one photo. Over time, you can like make multiple ads and split test them and whatnot. But generally I found this photo already to work well, and it easily looks like it could be in Texas. So make sure obviously the home looks like it's wherever you are, and it's stylistically like that. So then I just have some copy here that I would use. So this is your primary text. So you can just take this and copy it. In this case, I'll do Round Rock. So looking for new construction homes in Round Rock, Texas, a little home emoji. That's above the fold in the ad. So that's mostly what they're going to see. Get our custom list of both off and on market new construction homes. This listed up daily so you don't miss the best opportunities that you won't find on another website. Click below for instant access. Generally, the headline is going to be a short version of this. And you can see how it looks in the previews. That's why it's important to like zoom in here and look at the preview. So you could shorten it to say want new construction homes, want a new construction home, new construction home in Round Rock, Texas. So that actually all shows up. And that's kind of the point, is we want it to all show up on the headline there. And the description, honestly, you can just copy and paste the primary text. It's not too big of a deal. That'll show up underneath that in certain placements. Oftentimes they don't even see it. And then the display link, basically you don't need to put that because it's actually an Instagram a instant form. And as far as the button, you'll see it defaults to sign up. I actually like learn more, and there's a reason for this. So that gets cut off now. So I would just put this as like want new construction homes. You could also do new build homes. Want new build homes in Round Rock, Texas. That looks pretty good. Yeah, they've actually studied this. Like found this in my own advertising too. Learn more is generally just a nice generic call to action that typically works. Yeah, now you can do like creative testing where you do 10 different versions. If you're spending a ton of money, that can make sense. But if you have a really low budget like this, for most of you, it's not going to be super relevant. What you can do is you can set up multiple images and all that kind of stuff and see which ones are performing better. I already know, because I have tested some images and some copy, like I already know this one works. So if you just followed this format, likely it will work pretty well. Okay, so you're going to hit create form here, and we're actually going to build the form in which they fill out. So you can just name this form, like I'll just name this YouTube video because it's just a test. But generally you're going to select more volume. More volume is just like less options on the form. You're going to get more people submitting as a lead. But we can still craft the questions and whatnot to make sure we're trying to get the right people. So essentially you're going to do more volume. If you do higher intent, you can basically make sure leads verify their phone number. But note that you're going to get significantly less leads. You can still actually make the phone number mandatory. You will get some fake leads or fake phone numbers, of course, but less so because it automatically fills it out for them, which is kind of nice. So generally I would just leave this as is and hit next. As far as the headline, I like to use something like this, which is get a custom list of both on market new homes. And then you can do something like this, which is submit your info below and get instant access to a custom list of homes in Round Rock, Texas, updated every day. Then you can just avoid the extra question. I think just keeping it really simple is the way. And then you could uncheck optional for your phone number. You want to make that mandatory. So basically, as far as the description, you can have the exact same thing for consistency. Submit your info below and get instant access to a custom list of homes in Round Rock, Texas. Let's get our grammar right. Yeah, and then go ahead and hit next. It's pretty simple. You will have to put your privacy policy in here. So what you can do is at the bottom of your like Real Geek site or whatever you are using, you can go to your privacy policy. You will have one of these. And so you can just go ahead and plop that in here. For us, for this, we would normally use our like new construction homes one, but it'll just say by clicking submit, you agree to send your info to this person, which is you. And then you can hit next. And that's pretty much the form. The next step is when they're finished, it's going to say, thanks, you're all set. You can access your list of homes below. Now what you would do is interesting because now you can go to your website. There's two parts to this. So if you put like all areas and year built, where's year built? 2025 plus. So say, this is not Austin obviously, but let's say we just did Vancouver. This would obviously default to, let's go newest, new homes, right? So these are all pretty much new. So what you can do is you can take this link and you can plop it in here. You can access your list of new homes below. So we will also contact you to find out a little more to refine this list and send you any off-market opportunities that are available. So what you're doing now is you're driving that traffic to your site and you're also priming them that you're going to be calling them. Thanks, you're almost there. So yeah, you can make the button called View Homes, which obviously makes a lot of sense. The link will go to your website where they can directly see new properties that are available. And then you're also priming them that you may reach out. So we'll also contact you to find out a little bit more to refine this list. Contact you to, we could just say to refine this list and send you any off-market opportunities that are available based on your interest. So you can just like screenshot this and copy it. And then you're going to hit create form and you're pretty much done. Now you literally have your Facebook ad. Like it's that simple. Now, obviously there's some other things to this. Now, one thing I want to say, guys, is tracking. We have tracking set up in this account here, but tracking is, you've probably heard of a Meta Pixel or a Facebook Pixel. I've actually, funny enough, I had the #1 video in the world for a while on how to install the Pixel, but that's changed since that video. I haven't made an updated one that's outside of the scope of this video, but go watch a tutorial on how to set up the Meta Pixel because you will want to basically put that on your website. to track when people come to your website if you want to retarget them later. So essentially what the pixel does is a piece of code that connects your site to the Facebook or Meta Ads Manager, and it kind of keeps track of everyone that's been there so you can retarget to them later. But it's not that important for this type of ad. When people click on the ad and go to the site and then they sign up as a lead, it'll track and send that data back to Facebook to tell you in the Ads Manager which one of them actually became a lead or not. And so because we're doing a lead form ad, they're actually submitting their information on Facebook. You're going to know that already. So you don't need the pixel to track who becomes a lead and who doesn't. Only in this case, it's really for retargeting people later with ads, which is important. So make sure that you do that. And so basically you're going to hit publish, and that's really it. It's going to go through a approval process with Meta, especially if it's your first ad and you've never run an ad before. But that's basically it, is you've now set up your Meta ads. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Again, leave down in the comments if you want a copy of our 50 short video hooks, because some of you might want to run ads like this as a video. And if you do want to do that, obviously you want to use the right hooks. Another thing is, guys, if you want us to do this for you and you're feeling like maybe this is a little over your head, just go to agentlaunch.com and it'll guide you through how to do that. We do actually offer services for Google and Meta. So if you do want to do Google ads with us, we actually have a promo going on right now. If you also want to do Meta, we do that as well. And you can also do both with us. Generally, I'd say start with one if you've never done this kind of stuff before. We do include a huge suite of courses and trainings and systems that you can actually install to help you convert the traffic. That's really a big value add, because it'll show you all the details in here, but it's basically our resource vault. We have about like 50 hours of training in there from all of the best tutorials and live coaching calls we've done over the years with agents who are doing like 400 or 500 deals a year from this exact kind of stuff. And so we give that to you for free. You give my YouTube course, all of the training we've done over the years, all the best ones, a systems integration process to help you install our conversion system. Literally all the scripts, emails, texts, the whole system is in there. And so we're going to run the ads for you, and you can basically set up and manage the back end with the help of our system. So if you do want that, you can go in here and you can actually sign up right away. And that'll be the start of us working together. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.